I'm going to begin the session. Welcome. Hi, hello, Vanakkam, and welcome to Silambattam with Mr. Karigalan Cholan. I am Ms. Gautami, and I'm very excited to see you all here. Thank you for joining us. I just wanted to take you all through a couple of things to remember during the session. Please make sure your microphone is on mute so that we can all hear the instructions from Mr. Karigalan as he tells us the history of the South Indian martial art and during his demonstrations. If you have any questions at all, please type them into the chat box at the bottom and we will answer them at the end of the session. I'm gonna hand it over to you, Mr. Karigalan.
Yeah, sure. Hi all, Vanakkam, this is Karigala Cholan, so you can call me Kari or something. So today I'm working as a chief instructor at Dakshina's Martial Arts. So we're going to see about Silambattam. So what is Silambattam basically? The word Silambam, we used to call Silambam, right? The first 5 words, 5 letters, Silam is nothing but the meaning of Silam is hill. And the next 3 letters, BAM, is nothing but the bam stick, which we call. So that is, this name came into picture. So it's the Silambam, and the art which we used to perform with this Silambam is called the Silattam. Okay. How Silambam is originated? The Silambam is originated 5,000 years ago, was written in the history. But if you just imagine, since the man born, so different himself from other animals, he used the tree branches and used this as a weapon. So this is how Silambam came picture. And after tribal people, it's the kings who rules the world. So they use Silambam and they upgraded the Silambam with all of weapons like sword, whip, axe, pike, everything. So whatever the techniques we use within that weapons is just Silambattam only. It's not only about the stick. So this is how Silambattam comes into picture. Since we have just third time, you can surf this everywhere in Google. And to tell about the Silambam styles, we have around 16 different styles. That is, those are the major styles. And if we just short it, all derived from the 4 different styles. The style names which I can say, even if you can't remember, you can have those things in Google. You can able to see. So I'll be performing 3 different styles. The first style name is called as Kuravanji, which is nothing but our understanding. If we use just short step for performing this art, it is called as Kuravanji, which is highly practiced during hilly areas where the hills will be slippery, right? They can't be using long steps and they will be using very short step to defend an animal. So this style is known as Kuravanji. And the second style is known as Tulkanam. Tulkanam is nothing but a war-based style. So in war, we used to fight the opponents like running and very aggressive forward, right? So people will be a long step and they'll be using a high stick. There are 3 kinds of sticks, which is nothing but a short, medium stick called a rikuchi, and a normal one and a high one. So they'll be using those kind of sticks. So if we perform using that long steps for our understanding, that is Tulkanam. And the third major different style is that Alangara Silambam. Tamil meaning of Alangaram is nothing but beauty. So we always used to perform with the center hand. We used to hold it center and we'll be performing. So this kind of, you might be seeing, if you see some of the videos like this with the fire and water, everything is Alangara Silambam. So this is highly originated from South Indian. Also in world, you might know one of the style name called as bow staff. People used to call bow staff, right? Which is derived from this Alangara Silambam only, which is originated from China. And people, kings from here who went to China, they just established some of just 30 to 40% of Alangara Silambam style to them, and they named it as bow staff. So this is how the style varies. And today I'll be teaching you the Alangara Silambam style. Since we have just less time, this is just for performance. This is not a fighting based technique. We have other styles for fighting based technique as well. Okay, so whenever we used to perform this art, we used to give respect to all arts. This is commonly followed in all basic arts, right? Even if you see in Bharatanatyam, they used to do this, And same way in karate, they used to do this the same way how we used to do in Silambam. I'll just do so. Even if you perform, if you just start practicing this art, you need to give the respect. They have to start this art. Okay. So I say you how to give a respect, and we will go on some basic techniques. Rotate stick, how to perform this Alangar Salamam style. Okay. So keep your stick down, take one step back. So when we used to do the respect, you have to bring your left leg forward, right leg on your knees, and just give a respect to your ground. So since we are landing and we are jumping on it, so we used to give the respect. So just giving the respect to the ground and to this. And you can take your stick in your right hand, join your legs. Make sure you always join your legs, because whenever we perform this art, we used to look our thumb fingers and we used to give like this. This is
உங்ககிட்ட சொல்றது
the
பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஆடம்பரமா அவங்க செலவு பண்ணிப்பாங்க, எல்லாமே பண்ணிப்பாங்க. இவங்களுக்கு
just getting some noise. Can you give me
Our microphones on mute,
Hello?
please.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so when we just give the respect, we just join our legs and we see the thumb finger, and we need to bow our head and we need to touch the stick, and we used to do this art. So if you are fighting an opponent, people used to see their eyes, but when we are doing this art, they used to bend down. So always make sure you join your legs and bend down and do this respect and just do this pushing. So okay, now Garasalam, how we used to do Garasalam. There are some basic, there are like 4 attack techniques and 4 block techniques. So I'll just casually say how to do. Yeah, fine. So we have 2 major techniques which we used to hit in the end, and I'll just explain that alone. So we call this technique as Warl. Okay, so Warl, the English meaning of Warl is nothing but scoop. You might know, we take an ice cream scoop from top to bottom, right? This way. So just see my hands. So we used to do from top to bottom. This is how we used to do Warl. Okay. Same way on your left, we used to do this way. So we always hold the sticks. This is called as hammering position. So we always in the world, whoever Silambam players are using these techniques, they are performing this art, they always hold right at the bottom and left in the top. Okay, they always maintain this distance and they will hold it outside. So we always maintain this position. This is called as hammering position. The meaning science behind this is usually your power hand should always be in the bottom. That's why we always hold right in the end and left little up. So we used to hold this, and just you can stand as of now and you can practice this Warl. So I'm just doing on my right side. It's like from top to bottom. So you always make sure you just maintain your shoulder level. So even if you're sitting in the door, you should not hit the door outside. You should not go, it should not deviate outside. So you should always maintain this distance. Okay. So the same way how we used to do Warl is like from top to bottom, and from left, it's from top to bottom, same way. Since the right hand is a power hand, we always use our right hand flows. So because most of them, if you just can try now, if you're holding the stick in the left, you can't, you always bring your left leg front, left hand. You do the techniques with your left hand. So it should not be that way. You always initiate every moves with your right hand. Okay, just left hand is only for assist and right hand is for power. So we used to do this way. This is how we used to do Warl. And this is one of the major important attack technique. And the second attack technique is called as Vettu. So Vettu, the English meaning of Vettu is axe. How we used to do axe? We used to do this way, right? We used to axe this way. Yes, exactly. So how we used to do Warl? From top to bottom, which I said, my hands, watch my hands. So it's from top to bottom is nothing but Warl. And the reverse of Warl is Vettu. If you start from bottom to top, that is called as Vettu. Vettu, the English meaning is axe. So same way how we used to do Vorel from top to bottom, and the Vettu, the reverse of Vorel is from bottom top. So we do this way. Okay. So I'll also tell in this direction. So we hold this way. How we do Vorel? It's from top to bottom. And how we do Vettu is nothing but reverse of Vorel. It's from bottom to top. So on my right, we always do from bottom to top. This is how we used to do Vettu. Okay. Initiate with your right hand. Initially, the right side Vettu is little bit tricky, but you always make sure you turn your wrist so that it will be easy for you. So the same way, from bottom to top. Okay. So these are the both important core techniques of Silambam. Whatever techniques we do, even if you can search in YouTube, you can able to identify which is Voral and which is Vettu. These are everything Voral and Vettu. So you need to know before learning, going to Alangara Silambam style, you need to know which is Voral and which is Vettu. Okay, because there's it follows now. So we always hold it in the center for Alangara Silamam style. So we used to hold this way, not this way. So we always hold it like this. Okay, like a thumbs up. So when you're rotating, just try here. Yeah. So make sure even if you didn't understand Voral or Vettu, it's fine. You can able to see now. So it's like, make sure this top edge, just draw an imaginary diagonal line here. So with your right hand, so hold it in the right, just draw an imaginary diagonal line. So it goes down right. Now turn your wrist, that's it. Turn your wrist and give a open most. So your palm should always look upwards. Okay, it should look the sky. So you will open this way and take your left hand, open it and just hold it in the back side. So it's in the bottom and it should also face your upper hand, and you can take your right hand now and you can hold it this way, same like a thumbs up. So this is the major thing for shifting hands. So because even if you try shifting, people used to do this way, but whenever if they try to increase the speed, the stick will go away, stick will flow. So you have to do this way, so that even with what number of speed if you perform, stick will never go away from your hands. Okay, this is how. So this is one important technique. So this is nothing but Vettu. What I'm doing in Vettu, so if you can hold it here, this is the one. Just try to short it. Now, this is what I'm doing. That's why I just gave the introduction of Voral and Vettu. So this is how we used to do. Initially, you can just practice continuously, but the things you have to shift your hands. That is the major thing, so that in what hands, whichever you perform, it will be easy for you to flow. So just I'll try once again. Just draw an imaginary line with your top of the stick and just turn it this way and just turn your wrist, open your hands and bring your left hand in the bottom. Make sure you don't give any gap here. If you're giving any gap here, your stick center will get missed. You can able to see, even if you perform, if you're giving some gaps here, definitely the stick center will be missed. So always make sure you join both the hands. Only after you join, you have to take your right hand out, so that the stick motion will again come here and able to hold it in the left hand. Okay, the same way slowly we will do now. One, turn, open, join, take your right hand, rotate it, just hold it. So make sure you hold it in the center again, and from left to right, the same way how we used to draw an imaginary diagonal line with your top edge of the stick. Just do a diagonal line and just turn it over and open your left hand, palm facing upwards, and your right hand should now come down and you should join this way. Okay, hold it this way, and you can take your left hand and you can rotate this. Okay. We also have these videos in our handles. Even if you're not getting now, you can just check the IGTV videos and you can able to learn yourself, but try to get now. Just we have some more time, so just open this way and open this way. So this is how we used to shift our hands. So when you try to do continuously, just try to rotate one, open, hold, take your hand. This how we used to do Vettil Suttu. So this is called as Vettil Suttu. The technique is called as, the first technique of Alangara Silamam is called as Vettil Suttu. Vettil is nothing but we are doing a Vettu attack technique, and Suttu is nothing but rotation. So the English meaning of Suttu is rotation. So we used to rotate this way. Okay. So make sure you don't use your arm movements. So always it's only the elbows and your wrist for Alangara Silamam. So you won't be using your arms. Arms will be, there will be slight movement in arms, so you should not literally use your arm movements. So just rotate here. Always maintain your shoulder levels. So your stick should not go away from your shoulders. It's like you should not do this way. You should not turn your body as well. So during movements, while ranging it, so you can change, you can come forward. Same way you can go backwards, just moving. That's it. So this is how we used to move. Okay. So this is Vettil Suttu, and I'll also going to teach you the second important technique. So with Warrel. So how we used to do Warrel. So English meaning of Warrel is scoop, right? So it's from top to bottom. So it's from top to bottom. This is how we used to do Warrel. The same way, just face it front and hold the stick in the side and look at this direction and try to do Warrel now. Your one hand. So it's this way, right? From top to bottom. So this is known as Warrel Suttu, and try to reduce some distance and try to the Warrel now continuously. Okay, the same way now hold it in the center and try to do Warrel, same way. So this is why I taught you Warrel, how to do Warrel. This is how we used to do. So you can also extend, you can bend your elbows, that doesn't matter. So this is how we used to call it as Warrel Suttu. We used to do as Warrel Suttu. Same way your left, you can hold it, look side, and just continuously do from right and left alternative directions. And after you continuously performing this, once it becomes easy for you, then hold it little up and just rotate this way. Okay, the same way now, just hold it in the center and try to do continuously. Okay, I'll also say in this direction now once again. So I'm just facing this direction, you have to see here, right? So when you do Warrel, it should come from up and down, and you can reduce the distance now, and you can hold it in the center. When you hold it in the center, you should not maintain this center position as well, because when you do on your right side, you have to bring your arms, little arm movement should be there. When you do on your left, little diagonal arm movement should be there. Why? Because if you are holding it in the center and if you are performing, there are chances for you to get hit. So easily you will get this hit. So to avoid this, what you have to do is, when you do a right side, when you initiate, move the arm on your right, and when you do on your left, move your arms to your left. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is how you can also bend your elbows. You can bring it this way. This is what I am doing on my side now. Okay, did you get it? So the same way we used to do, now I'm going to do it on your left. So it's from top to bottom, the same way how we used to do Warrel. Yeah, reduce some distance, just do here, and the same way now hold it in the center, and the same way when you're this arm movement should be there. Only for Vettu we won't be using much arm movements, but for Warrel Suttu, this is also called as Thalai Suttu, because if you are extending here, this is Warrel Suttu, but if you are doing here, this is called as Thalai Suttu. The meaning of Thalai is nothing head. So we are rotating above the head, front and back, right? So this is called as Thalai Suttu. So the basic technique for Thalai Suttu is nothing but this Varal Suttu. We're just bringing the elbows front and back. Slowly we are doing the same way how we used to do Varal on your left and right on the side. Yeah, the same way. So when you do it on your left, just make sure you give this arm movement so that you won't get the hit here. Okay, so just move. On your right, you just move your arms to your right, and on your left, you have to move this way. So and try to do continuously, moving your arms so that you will never get that hit, and you can continuously. Once you master this movements, then slowly you can bring your stick to near your head, and it's like front and back, front and back. So this is also called as Thalai Suttu. Okay. So how we used to change our hands, it's like you should not change this way from now on. So if you are doing Varal or Thalai Suttu, we can practice this, since this will be little bit tough in the initial stages until you practice. So we'll do this way. And how we used to change our hands with our Vettil Suttu, right? Same way. So it's like, or else you do 1 and 2, hold it and change your hands with your Vettil Suttu and hold it this way. Now, and we also do Varal on our left, front and back 2 Varals, and just change our hands. Okay. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. The motion for Vettil Suttu should always be in the front, but for Varal, we used to change our wrist to our side. So you can also do in this direction, like forward movements, you can do this. It's like initially first only with the Vettil Suttu, we are doing it 1, 2, and 3, 4. This is how we used to do. Now with Varal Suttu, how we used to perform is turn back, just give a turn, do a Varal and bring it this way and do a Vettil. The same way, 1 and 2. Okay, so I'll do on my side as well. So the same way, how we
Sorry,
do
Mr.
Vettil.
Karigalan, I just wanted to give you a time reminder. We've got about 7 minutes left, so whenever you're ready,
Okay.
please go into Q&A.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Thank you.
Is there other questions that anybody has? I also wanted to interrupt and say Mr. Karigalan is joining us from Sweden today. So hi from Sweden.
Hi from Sweden. Yeah.
Hi.
Hello. So yeah, the same way, that I'll just finish with this.
Sure.
So we used to do this way, like from, this is how we used to do movements. So these are the basic Varal and Vettu techniques of Alangara Silamam. Just try to practice this, and if you have any doubts, you can just contact me at any time at my handles. So if you have any questions, just we can get back.
Please feel free to unmute yourself and ask a question or raise your hand. Or even type in the chat box if that's more comfortable for you.
Is that very understandable, or did you feel any bit tough initially? You can just tell me so that I can also learn more.
Mr. Mike says thumbs up.
Thank you.
Maybe you can show us a few more moves or
yeah, sure. So I'll just show the few more Alangar Silambam style. I'll try with my speed so you can just learn. So this is how we used to do. I'm just not moving much. So this is one of the Alangar Silambam style. You can also do this way. Okay. So these are the basics are like Varal and Vettu everywhere.
We have one question from Ms. Varna, who's a parent, and she's asking, where can we learn Silambattam here in Chennai?
Actually, we have our classes on Besant Nagar Beach. So since due to this COVID situation, we just kept it on hold. And we also conduct online classes. It's regularly happening from now. But now you can check out in Besant Nagar Beach. Once our classes resumes, we will just inform you. We'll update in our handle so that you can check on that and you can join there.
Can you send us the can you just have them post your address or your website address or your contact information?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. I'll just post. Well, I can tell it to you, right?
I've put in the chat box Mr. Karigalan's Instagram and Facebook pages. You can also see them in our digital program, which I will share.
Yeah, you can contact us so that I can keep in there. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nandri, everyone. Hope you enjoyed my.
Nandri.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Mr. Karigalan.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I hope all of you had fun practicing and trying it out at home. Thank you, Mr. Day.
Thank you. Thank you, Gautam. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We still have 3 minutes if some of the children would like to keep going and trying to.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. We've got.
Yeah, sure.
We've got a few more minutes, just 2 to 3 more minutes. I think.
Yeah, sure.
Kids are still trying to show you their moves.
Yeah, please do it.
I think.
Yeah.
How's their form, Mr. Karigalan?
Great. Yeah, they're doing it good. Good.
Also, I should have said earlier, but this is a recorded session, so it will be made available. Mr. Karigalan and his moves.
Okay. Sure.
Thank you for joining us, Ms. Varna, Ms. Linda. Just a minute more.
Okay.
Hi, Mr. Jason. We just caught the last minute of our Silambattam demonstration. It will be made available later, so you can catch it later too.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it.
So did you take any screenshots?
We did. We are taking screenshots and screen records, and it will be available back on the website.
Sure.
You joined the other sessions too, Mr. Jason. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Miss Linda. Thank you, Hajan. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly.
Hello, you are doing it great.
And you're doing really well too. I'm sorry, Miss Hillary's son. I forgot. I don't know your name.
I'm Besant Nagar Beach. Name is Brayden.
Oh yes. Hi, Brayden. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Gautami.
No problem. I think this is time. I'm going to end the meeting. Hajan and Brayden, please feel free to see our other events, live events going on. Thank you, Mr. Karigalan, so much. Please.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, sure.
For our other booths. Bye, Mr.
Yeah, definitely. Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Thank
you.
Bye.
Thank you. That was fun.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.